What is up, you guys? It's Joy here and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to create this adorable Easter bunny cake with a surprise inside. It's like a literal Easter egg. It has M&Ms overflowing from the inside of the cake. This cake will be a super fun activity to do with your family this Easter Sunday. And if you enjoy this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos from me. And without further ado, let's cut to the cake. So I'm starting out with 3 6-inch round vanilla cakes, and I'm using a cookie cutter to hollow out the centers of the cake. You don't want your cookie cutter to be too big because your cake will lose stability. And I'm repeating this step with all 3 layers of cake, and you want to save those centers to cover the top as well. Now I'm just going in with some simple syrup, which is just 1 part water, 1 part sugar, and is boiled together and dissolved and cooled, and that keeps our cake nice and moist. Now I'm filling my cake with some fresh strawberry buttercream, which I just took some traditional vanilla buttercream, and I mixed in some strawberry jam, about half a cup, or until you're satisfied with the strawberry flavor. I like an intense strawberry flavor. My cakes are also frozen, which I just find frozen cakes are easier to work with and decorate in cases like this. And you see, as I'm icing the cake, I'm also icing the inside of our circle as well. You don't want to leave that bare and dry. Now that my cake is completely filled and stacked, we're going to get our M&Ms. I just so happen to have a huge bag of M&Ms just laying around, but you can use whatever candy you'd like in here. So I'm just filling that up almost to the top, but you want to leave some space for our quote-unquote lid. So I'm just taking our remainder cake from earlier. I put some strawberry buttercream and I just sealed it on top. Now we're going to go in with our crumb coat. So I'm using my offset spatula to crumb coat my cake in my vanilla buttercream. So we want the outside of our cake to be white, which is why I switched from the strawberries to vanilla. So I'm going to use my spatula to get it as smooth as possible on the sides and on the top. And then I'm going to refrigerate it or stick it in the freezer for at least 30 minutes or until it's firm to the touch. So it means when you touch it with your index finger that your buttercream won't transfer onto your hand. So now I'm going in with my second coat of white buttercream now that our crumb coat is chilled. And I'm applying it using the same method as before, just smoothing it out on the sides with my offset spatula. I'm also going in with my bench scraper too, just to ensure that we get those nice sharp edges. And I'm taking a smaller offset spatula just to bring in the edges at the top of our buttercream. And after I do that, I'm going to stick my cake back into the freezer or the fridge for another 15 to 30 minutes until the buttercream is firm to the touch. I'm going to repeat this step one more time. And once I get that smooth, I'm going to put it back in the freezer or the fridge until it's firm to touch. And then I'm going to use a hot water method, which is just taking a cup of hot water, dipping your spatula into the hot water, making sure it's dry before you apply it to the cake. And we're going to use the warmth of the spatula to smooth out any excess buttercream or any rough edges on our cake, just to get that nice smooth finish. So I have some white fondant, and I also have some fondant that I dyed a light baby pink, and I'm just using some Tylose powder. You can also use gum paste for this if you don't have Tylose powder on hand. The Tylose is just to help our fondant to get firm and sturdy, and we're going to create our ears with this. So to create our bunny ears, you're just going to roll out your white fondant a little less than half an inch thick. You don't want it too thick or too thin, and I'm cutting it with my fondant cutter, and I'm making an almond shape, but I'm making sure it's straight at the bottom so that it can lay flat on our cake. And you also want it pointy at the top so it can look like real bunny ears. Now I'm going in with my pink fondant. I'm going to roll this out a lot thinner than my white, and it's about 1/4 inch thick. And so I'm going to take that same fondant cutter and create a similar almond shape as the white part of the ear. You just want the pink part of the ear to be thinner since it is the inside of the ear. We still want to show the white part. So I'm just sizing it up on my bunny ear and making any adjustments. And I'm going to glue it with just a little bit of water. You don't want to add too much water or your fondant will just slide off once you place it on the cake. So just dampen it just till it's a little bit sticky, because fondant sticks to fondant when it's damp. So now I'm just creating a fold in this bunny ear. I'm only doing it to one, but if you want to do it to both, that's totally fine. And if you want to take some plastic wrap just to hold the fondant in place so it doesn't collapse on itself, that's fine too. My fondant was pretty sturdy at this point, so I just let it air dry without the plastic wrap. And I'm going to repeat this process with my other ear, but I'm just not going to fold this one. So I'm just going to take 2 toothpicks per bunny ear and I'm gently inserting them into each bunny ear. This will help with the stability of the ear. These toothpicks will also be what we use to stick our bunny ears into our cake. If you can let your bunny ears dry overnight, that will be ideal, but if not, you could just let them harden for a few hours until they're firm to the touch. Now we're going to work on our facial features of our bunny. So I just took 2 balls of white fondant and I placed them together and I just gently rolled them out, and now I'm taking a little smaller ball of pink fondant and I'm creating our little bunny nose. It's so adorable. I'm also using my sugar tool just to smooth everything together. Now we're going to create our bunny feet. So I'm just taking another 2 balls of white fondant, just making sure they're even in size, and I'm just gently rolling them out just a little bit, and I'm creating a triangular shape at the bottom but still keeping that natural curve. I don't want it too pointy. And I'm also going to go back in with that same sugar sculptor tool I was using before, and I'm going to create the bunny toes with that. And I'm going to repeat this step for both of my bunny feet. If you don't have the sugar tool, that's fine. You can gently go in with a toothpick to create those toes, but just make sure you smooth it out with your hands or your fingers, just so the lines aren't too harsh. Now I'm going to create some pink accents in our bunny feet, and to do this I'm just taking some very small balls of pink fondant and I'm rolling them out very gently, and I'm placing them onto each toe of our bunny feet. And I'm also taking a slightly bigger piece of pink fondant and I'm rolling that out bigger to be the center of our bunny foot. Technique to glue the fondant as we did on our bunny ears, just a little dab of water, not too much, just to get it sticky. To create our bunny tail, I just took a large ball of white fondant and I'm just going to create some texture using a ball of foil until I'm satisfied, just so it looks like a fluffy little bunny tail. Look, it's so cute! Now for our whiskers, I'm just taking some toothpicks that I broke in half and I'm just going to paint them with some black food coloring and set those to the side to dry completely. Now we're going to create our bunny eyes. If you've ever seen a unicorn cake, which has been trending for years, we're going to do these similarly to a unicorn cake. So we're just going to take little logs of black fondant and we're going to create an arch in them and add an eyelash to the side. You want the outside of the eye to be thinner because that's where our eyelash is going to be, and you want the inside of the eye to be thicker. It kind of looks like a tadpole. I know that's a weird comparison, but that's what it looks like to me, but it's still going to be super cute. So I'm just making sure they're identical in size. Then I'm going to take a even smaller piece of black fondant and roll that super thin, and that's going to act as our eyelash. And I'm only doing 1 eyelash per eye, so it's like 2 little eyelashes per eye. Just like before, I'm just taking a little bit of water just to apply our eyelash onto our eye. And you of course will repeat this with both eyes. Now the moment we've all been waiting for, it's time to assemble our gorgeous bunny cake. I'm just going to start with our firm bunny ears and just stick those right into the center top of our cake. And now I'm going to take our bunny nose. I'm going to take a toothpick, break it in half, and stick 1/2 on each side of our bunny nose, just for extra security so the nose doesn't go sliding down our cake. I'm also going to add 2 whiskers per side of our bunny nose, and then I'm going to take my bunny feet and I'm also going to add 1 toothpick to the back of our bunny feet just for that extra security there as well. Now I'm going to take our adorable little bunny eyes and we're going to stick 1 underneath each ear evenly on our cake. Now I'm just going to add our bunny tail with a toothpick and just stick it right in the back of our cake. Now it's time for the big reveal. We're about to cut into our gorgeous bunny cake, and I realized I was filming kind of at a weird angle, so I did turn it after I cut into it just so you guys could see the inside of our amazing Easter bunny cake. Look at that, it's so awesome, it's so fun. You get cake and you get candy, any candy that you desire. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Happy Easter, happy baking, stay safe, wash your hands, stay at home, make a cake, it can be fun. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for more cool cakes from me, and follow me on social media at Joyful Delights. Until next time, bye guys.